WiPSL is a network of women involved in developing their own leadership potential, but also assisting other people to do that. I'm really confident that I can learn a lot from the women across the network, and that while I'm doing that, I can also contribute some of my own experiences to help other people too.
I've been on my particular leadership journey for over 33 years now. It hasn't always been easy. When I think about the different things that I have encountered over my leadership journey in that time, things have changed immensely, and where I want to or what the legacy that I would like to leave would be for it to be quite different from what it was like when I came in to the public sector, and to be visibly and markedly different, so that young women coming into the public sector have a very different experience, and hopefully an easier experience in terms of their own leadership journey.
Everybody here has a lot to contribute, as well as being, in receipt of a lot of support. So I don't think we should forget that. And importantly, WiPSL is it's what you want it to be, and it's what you make it.
We also go around promoting the benefit of diverse boards, and we'll help organisations who want to think about what it is about their business or their organisation that makes it difficult to get diversity. What is it that's holding people back?
I think it's both about sharing our own experiences, learning from others, and actually just letting it see how that goes, see what comes out of it, not being too planned, not being too structured about it, sharing ideas and actually just building on the creativity that brings.
Coaching, mentoring, does the label really matter? I guess what I would want to leave you with is it's the intent that you have and the desire that you have for your future that is actually way more important than whether you need a coach or whether you need a mentor. Because actually what you will need is a whole bunch of different folks to help you with a whole bunch of different things that you want to think better on, or you want to have your thinking challenged about.
We were keen to be involved in today's conference in particular because we're encouraging people to come on board and consider taking on a non-executive role, perhaps beside their executive role, both for your own personal and career development, but also for the benefit of our public services in Scotland.
First Minister herself obviously delivered some very practical change. She appointed a gender balanced cabinet, only the third worldwide gender balanced cabinet. Short pop quiz to start. She got quite a lot of correspondence about how did she know that Ms Hislop or Ms Constance was fit to be sitting around her cabinet table. Would anybody like to guess how many letters she received about any of the male members of her cabinet being fit to sit around the table? Correct. Nobody wrote in to ask how did she know that they were fit to be there.
Diversity of thought should be in everything that we do, at any level of leadership. And in terms of performance culture, we used to say at any given moment in time that your performance metrics are absolutely correct. They're never correct. I've been in a number of organisations, and the ones that do it well, the diversity of thought challenges that performance and how we actually measure it, because what is important is not only what you're doing internally and externally for your stakeholders. It doesn't stay the same. The world's not stable, so that needs to keep changing, and diversity and change with that actually challenge that performance culture.
I think there are kind of behaviours that some of us, not all of us, will exhibit unconsciously. And I recently had a very uncomfortable session with of our executive board members where we were asking to give each other feedback, and it was a kind of leadership environment, and it was a relatively safe environment despite the fact that three of these people were my bosses. And we were sitting around the table, and I was the only woman there with three guys, and one of them said to me, "Do you know what you do that's really annoying, Kat?" I was like, "Not really." Didn't think I was annoying. And they said, "When you ask the killer question at our meetings, you always preface it with, 'I'm sorry to ask the daft lassie question, but,'" and then I asked the killer question, and they said, "You're doing yourself a disservice, because none of us think you're a daft lassie, and we always know that when you ask the question, it will be a killer question, and it will be relatively uncomfortable for us."
Nodding furiously, because I think, better feedback as well, and I think it's something about being kind of, if you're in a kind of group setting, it's about being kind of relatively humble, about kind of just, asking a question in a very open way, and sometimes I would have said, "Can I just ask, can I do And someone said to me, don't be asking for permission, just ask the question. You don't need to do the can I, you don't need to the daft lassie thing. Actually take your position and be confident about it.
I hope that WiPSL achieves all the things that it hopes to achieve. I think it's a great platform, and I hope that it really is able to build on all those coaching, mentoring and shadowing opportunities and create a real forum and strong network for women at all levels of leadership within Scottish public service.